Do we want to talk about Squid Game before we
Yeah.
start? I feel like we were pretty big fans of season 1.
Yeah,
You enjoyed it quite a bit, right?
I did, but I don't remember exactly
The
like how it
ending.
ended, but I remember having problems with the ending
Yeah.
of it.
I loved like when Squid Game came out. I just loved it. I thought the game, the games, I feel like is the big selling point of this show for sure. It was just, I just loved it. I was just like obsessed with it. And I do remember being a little disappointed with the ending of season 1, but I was still fine with it. I didn't necessarily think they needed a season 2.
No, I mean I don't think they intended to do a season 2, but the first season was like
It did
so successful for
right.
Netflix. Like it took off, like it was a juggernaut, like to the level of Stranger Things, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like because of like the how long it's been since we had season 1, don't you feel like the hype has kind of just fizzled out? Kind of like with Stranger Things. It's like when you
Yeah, a
have to
little bit.
wait so long, it just I don't know.
I didn't really hear anybody like talking about it. Like I don't even remember a trailer coming out. I don't remember
What
a lot
for
of
Squid Game season 2?
Yeah, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't see like a bunch of posters. I didn't see like a bunch of hype materials for it or
Yeah.
anything. Like I knew it was dropping like last weekend, but I
Yeah.
didn't. I just like forgot about it. And
Yeah.
when I got home and you like had it on the TV, I'm like, oh, I guess this is what we're watching. But
yeah, you weren't like the most excited about it. All that to say, we did pretty much binge watch season 2. There are only 7 episodes with this season, but they're pretty long.
We watched it in the entire span of a weekend. So
yeah, but they are like longer episodes. One episode is even like an hour and 20 minutes, I want to say, or close to it. So anyway,
and we're not gonna. We know this is new, so I do want to put this out there. We're not going to spoil anything, going to give you any details or anything like that. But what were your thoughts?
Yeah, so I feel like I did like a really big intro for that. But I enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't as good as the first season. And I think that is largely due to the fact that there aren't as many games in this season. With like hopefully that's not spoiling anything, but there's just not as many games to watch this time, so that just kind of like took the fun out of it for me. This one is definitely more like, I guess, like plot driven or
yeah, because I mean it's like the first 2 episodes is just all plot and all just reintroducing you to the characters and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, which I feel like is fair.
It doesn't really like kick things off with a bang like the last season. Like the last season had the first game was in the first episode,
right?
And it was like, wow, like this show is going to be crazy. And there was nothing like that really. And the first episode has like a scene at the end that is pretty tense, pretty crazy, but like that's all it has.
Yeah.
So to me, it was very slow to get going because I watched this show for the games. Like I think the story is okay, but I don't think the story is like anything like great or anything. Like I want to see the games and all that kind of stuff. And the show didn't really like deliver on that fully like the first season did for me. But
yeah, but I feel like
it's still good. Like I still think it was a good show.
Yeah, I feel like though, because it was like so more story driven this time around, it kind of just like, I feel like it was kind of important because they wanted to show you why the main character was going back. And
I think you do need that because like it's like, why would anybody want to go back into that?
Yeah, and I will say that there is kind of like a little twist in this season, and so that was kind of interesting. And again, without spoiling anything, it does end on a cliffhanger. So we do know that there will be a season 3, which it says at the end, season 3 coming 2025. So obviously they did already film it.
Yeah.
And they must have it's kind of like part 1, part 2 kind of thing, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know though. I think it said season 3 though, so I guess it is going to be its own season. But
yeah, and that's what I was going to say, but I didn't know if that would be considered a spoiler or anything like that. But this does feel like a part 1 of like a second season.
Yeah, but like I said, all in all, still very enjoyable for me. I feel like it brought me back into it and kind of got me like hyped for it again. And so I am happy that like we don't have to wait too long for the next part of it.
Yeah, because
And
it's hard to like. I'm trying to remember all these characters, and I mean, there shouldn't be a lot of characters to remember because a lot of people don't make it the first season. But
well, I was gonna say it is.
But there is actually quite a few to like be reintroduced with. I feel like.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can say. I don't know. I guess you can say it, but I do. I was gonna say that I don't know if there are a lot of shows where there's like a lot of likable characters. But I guess there is. I don't know. I just feel like in this show, they do a really good job at like getting you connected to the characters.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like I feel like they're just good at like making you care if they live or die or whatever, at least for me. Like it's good at like pulling like
even
those
even
emotional
the rapper guy, you know, the
yeah,
purple hair, it's like he's very annoying.
Yeah.
And it's like you hate him, but then at a certain point you're just like, oh, this is just a fun character.
Yeah,
You know,
he's very
just stupid
very
and saying
silly.
dumb things.
And I feel like that there was someone like that in the first season as well, but I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, after the first 2 episodes, like when they actually got like in the games and stuff,
Yeah.
I became attached to some characters. So
Yeah.
it did work for me. Like it wasn't a complete miss or anything.
Yeah. So all in all, check out Squid Game if you have not seen it. It is on Netflix now.